Okay, I'm in my cramped garage and I'm doing what I hope will be a helpful video for others regarding the WoodMaxx DC1260E. I got this thing and I had a couple problems with it and figured one thing out, but went online and found a video that was very helpful, and that helped me figure out how to deal with my issue. I'll start over on this side. First of all, the thing that I got help from is drilling a hole in the dog bone to lock the shaft in one place. Unfortunately, on mine, still got a stick in here. On mine at least, it locks the blade, get this out of here, it locks the blade down in too low of a position, so I can't go straight in with my socket. It's too low, and it doesn't matter what I do. It's always this side and the other side, no matter how I put the dog bone on, it's always going to be too low. So what I do, I'm not using the dog bone. I just stick this in there, and that keeps it in the right position so I can go straight in with a socket. The other thing I've done, which was recommended, is I switched the bolts that are holding the blades in from a 8/8 to a 12/9, and they have a higher higher head height, and I'll show those at the end. The other thing I've done is, everybody has a hard time with this sagging, so what I did was I just drilled a hole through the rubber here and here. This side's being held up by this, so I drilled a hole through the rubber here and here, and made sure that the hole I made was bigger than the little bolt that I have, and I just drilled the hole so that it just slides in and stays there. And because it's a flathead bolt, it just squishes down partially in with the rubber, so it doesn't interfere with this. The other thing you may have noticed is I've got kind of a large cable going to the battery. The battery is no longer down here because I did get the electric start. I found it was in the way every time I wanted to go and change the anvil, so I pulled the battery off of there and I mounted it up front. And I just used the same mounting bracket. I just got two pieces of metal, drilled holes through the frame here, right down here, and bolted it on. And again, I used a cheap Harbor Freight jumper cable, cut off the clamps and just pounded it flat and rounded it off. So that's why I have so much here. It actually starts really quick with that. I also got a quick disconnect for there because I got tired of the bolt. The other thing I did was I went around and I put what size wrench or socket I need on most everything, including this. I put the belt size and everything. Anvil bolts. The other problem I had with this was I was using this and I heard some rattling going on while I was chipping, and then I saw smoke coming out from underneath this, and when I took this thing off, I found that this whole pulley was just rattling around, and this was backed out by about 1/2 inch. This was completely stripped. I tried pulling it off and I broke the head off. Fortunately, again, YouTube videos showed me put a nut on the broken off stub sticking out, weld it on, and back it out while it's hot. That did the job. I went and got a stronger nut, 10/9 instead of the 8/8. And again, I'll show that at the end. And that's about it. And here are the nuts that or the bolts. I kept saying nuts, I meant bolts. Here are the bolts that I said I got. These are the bolts that held on the blades. You can see very shallow head. This is the bolts. I got 2 extras, so that's why I have this one and the one in the bag. This is the one I have, much taller head, and also these are 12/9s instead of the 8/8s, which these are, these are a lot softer. And then the other thing is for the one holding the pulley, this is the 10/9 that I got, and again I got an extra one, and you can see it's got a full size head.